Hey, today we're going to talk about the not 4 3/4. We're going to talk about 5 mistakes new tractor owners make. So I've seen a lot of videos with the 5 mistakes that tractor owners make, and I've never seen these, so you need to follow through with this. I promise you, these are valuable. If you're a new tractor owner, these are the ones that are really, really important, and they get overlooked all of the time. You're going to stay with the whole video with me, huh? All right, the first mistake is greasing the loader. So in today's world, there's a high probability this is your first tractor. Now, I'm not here making fun of you if you don't know this, but if you're a first-time tractor owner, you're probably used to running your car through a quick lube, running your truck through a quick lube. You're not used to doing maintenance on equipment. So the first thing is greasing your loader. Now, the loader is probably one of the biggest comments I get on our YouTube channel. We get probably 1,000 comments a week on all our social media platforms. And I was surprised to find out so many people go, hey, my loader pins are loose. Each one of these loader pins has a grease fitting in it. And I've only got 48 hours on my tractor, but my loader pins are loose, really bad loose. Well, these are required to be greased every 8 hours. So you need to clean the nipple of the dirt off and then grease them about every 8 hours. This tractor has 400 hours on it, and the pins are as tight as the day that we got it. All right, let's talk about these 4 pins here. I know we're still on number 1, but we're going to talk about these 4 pins. These 4 pins have all of the movement. There's a lot of pressure put in this location. I am not against, if you're working all day long, you come in for lunch, go ahead and hit these 4 pins on this side and the other side, then go back out to work. Hey, stay to the end, and I'm going to give you one bonus mistake that new owners of tractors make. So the second mistake new tractor owners make is thinking their tractor is a piece of construction equipment like a dozer. So if you look at this loader, if you're a novice, if you've never owned a tractor, you look at this and it's like, hey, this is a piece of construction equipment. Well, if you take this particular tractor and you set it beside a piece of construction equipment roughly the same size, you'll start noticing that the metal's thicker, the cylinders are bigger, there's less flex in the metal. Construction equipment is designed to take a certain amount of abuse because they know on the job site they're going to be abused. A tractor can do a lot of work, but you just can't plow into stuff. Now, I'm going to give you some examples. If you're a tractor owner, you have to learn finesse so that you don't damage your tractor. If you're a long-time tractor owner, I give you full permission to make fun of my analogy that I'm getting ready to do, and I encourage you to make comments in the comment section saying such. Okay, so let's talk about my analogy here. What I want you to do, if you're a first-time tractor owner, I want you to take your arm and put it out to the side, palm forward. Walk into your tractor loader, and I want you to try to push forward until you feel yourself hinge at your waist. This is the forces that you're putting on your tractor when you hang a load off of one side. Say you hang a root on the left side or the right side, you're putting that twist onto the tractor loader. If you'll notice in my videos, I use my tractors a lot. I do a lot here. We've cleared timber, we've done all kind of stuff, just extremely hard work, but you never see me going fast. And that's where the reason is, as I'm going fast or as I'm pushing forward, if you see any movement in the loader as far as left or right, that's what lets you know to back off. So don't go fast. Tractors are not meant to work fast in this kind of situation. Number 3, buying the wrong attachment for your tractor. Most tractors nowadays comes with a skid steer quick attach, and all it is it was an adapter that was developed for skid steers years ago, and it just makes it quick to take on attachments. Like you can take the bucket on and off, or you can take forks on and off, and you can do all this really quickly. On most tractors, it's still just the 2 levers like the original system. Your tractor has a limited amount of lifting capacity. I think this particular tractor has about 2,200 pounds of lift capacity full height. I think it has maybe right around 3,000 pounds of breakout force. And that is, breakout force is just basically from ground level to about right here. So it can pick 3,000 pounds up from there to here. And then about 2,200 pounds all the way to full height. When you buy a grapple such as this or an attachment, so any kind of attachment that is overweight for your tractor, you're basically neutering your tractor. Well, I know of several situations, grapples is probably the biggest mistake made. They'll see a big heavy grapple It's 800-900 pounds, and it's massive and it looks awesome. And you know, as tractor owners, we want the best. We feel like the bigger and heavier it is, the better it is. It's actually quite the opposite for most implements on tractors. You need to have the attachment made for the tractor size, 325, 350 pounds. So that's perfectly matched to this tractor. It gives me about 1,800 pounds of lift to full height. Imagine if you have 2,100 pounds of lift to full height and you subtract 800 off of it, how much capacity you've already left. Also, another mistake I see made in the attachment, getting attachments too wide. This is a 60-inch grapple, and all you want your grapple to do is basically cover the outside of your wheel. Excuse me, this is a 66-inch grapple. All you want it to do is cover the outsides of your wheels. I see people putting 7-foot grapples on little 25 horsepower tractors, subcompacts. And again, the further, go back to the arm analogy, when you put your arm out to the side, the further out the grapple is, the more leverage it has against your tractor and the easier it is to damage your tractor. I was recently perusing through the Compact TYM tractor page, and I run across one of the guys that put a picture of his tractor, and he had a 4-in-1 bucket. And this bucket was obviously made for a skid steer. The bucket at the end was literally out here. Well, and his comment to me was, and no disrespect to the guy was super nice. We had a very cordial conversation back and forth on comments, and I appreciate that more than he knows. The 474 66-inch bucket that comes with a tractor, if you dip that into a wet pile of gravel, it can barely pick that up. Well, this thing ended up, it was like a half-yard bucket when it was closed. Now, it was a 4-in-1 bucket, so that in turn made it considerably heavier than the grapple, and it went all the way out here. So you have a lot of things working against you. First off, if you're picking up something light like dust and wood chips, that's fine. There's certain applications that's absolutely awesome. But because this unit was about 800 pounds, he lost so much of his capability. It'll probably last him the rest of his life, but still, it's not the right size attachment for his tractor. Also, because when that bucket was way out here, it's literally like 3 feet in front, you lose, if the further your weight is moved out, the less capacity you have. Pick your arm here and hold it, and hold a piece of weight, and you can hold a lot. You put it out here and you can't. Same scenario with a tractor. The further you get away from the front of the tractor, the less your tractor can pick up. So the fact that he has all this capacity, he's probably never going to be able to use the full capacity of that bucket because the tractor just won't lift it. The number 4 mistake first-time tractor owners make. I feel like a lot of first-time tractor owners are coming from a full-time job, they're retiring, they're used to that hustle and bustle pace, and that does not translate well to tractors. I see first-time tractor owners get on a tractor and they're just hauling butt. I mean, they're always in a rush on their tractor. They're trying to get something done. They got 2 hours of work here, they got 2 hours of work here, and they're picking up a pallet of something and they're running across a field really, really fast. They turn sharp and turn their tractor over. There are so many tractors that are turned over not because of anything really wrong. I'm going to say every time it is operator error. Very seldom you have a failure on a tractor that would cause you to turn over. Number 5, we're going to lead in from number 4. This is a way that you can damage your tractor, and it has to do with speed. I see commonly where people will grab the maximum load of their tractor. We'll pick up a 2,000-pound log with this, won't think twice about it, but you'll never see me going fast. You'll also notice at 400 hours, my front axles don't leak. When you pick up a heavy load and you go fast, just imagine the additional leverage that that weight bouncing on your front axle has. If you're a first-time tractor owner, you're probably used to cars and trucks. They have suspension, they have give. The only suspension a tractor has is the flex of the air in the wheels, the tires flexing up and down. That's it. There's no other suspension. So when you're carrying a full load out in front of you and you're going fast and you hit a hole and all that weight is, momentum is going down, all of that translates to your front axle. And that's generally going to be the area that's going to break before anything else. I see so many people that have complained about their front, not just TYM tractors, I'm talking about all brands, complained about axles leaking, or they broke their front axle, they broke a wheel off. But you go back into their Facebook page and you look and there's videos of them going through just hauling butt with like oversized loads, lifting more than they're supposed to, going fast. That is a recipe, first off, turn your tractor over, second off, to damage your tractor, and I promise you, warranty's not gonna cover that stuff. So I promise you a bonus mistake. The bonus mistake is this: when you go to buy a tractor, buy the right size tractor for your needs. A general rule of thumb, if you think the tractor is big enough, buy one size up. Never fails where somebody will get a small, like a subcompact tractor, and they're trying to get big jobs done fast. If you want to get a job done fast, then buy a bigger tractor. If you are okay with taking your time, then you can downsize your tractor. You will regret it if you go buy a little small 25 subcompact tractor. When you're thinking about 5 years down the road, you know you're going to need something bigger, but I just want to get this now. 5 years comes faster than you think, and tractors are not getting any cheaper. I hope this list was helpful. If you can think about anything else, please leave it in the comment section below. Help our community out. God bless. Have a great day.